This is a quick analysis of a cheap UPS, in this case a Certa UPS C60. It was just a small budget UPS that a client had bought. They bought a few of them. I thought I'd try them out. So with the oscilloscope, I should say isolated oscilloscope with 100 times probe, attached to the output of the UPS with a small load attached. It was the load was a router and a switch. I took a trace of the sine wave for both. So this isn't running on mains. The mains is just passed straight through the UPS, and this is the sine wave. Zoom in there. It's as you'd expect. Its mains power is clean. The UPS unit isn't doing anything to this. It's just passing it straight through. So the problems arise when the mains power to the UPS is cut and it switches over to battery. So the internal batteries, I think it's something like, it's 12 volt or maybe 24 volt in series, I can't remember. Goes through an inverter circuit to bring it back up to 230, 240 AC, whatever. And the inverter circuit in this UPS is particularly nasty. So this is the sine wave we've obtained from here. As you can see, if we zoom in, there's quite a bit missing from the sine wave, so that's probably a 50% duty cycle. So to deliver the same power demands as on mains power, if this UPS was loaded up, the batteries wouldn't last particularly long because it's got to that there's less power being delivered. Also, we've got this ringing here as the BJT gates slam open and shut, which okay. So attached to the output of this UPS would likely be small things that have a 240 supply and then dropped back down through their own power supply modules. Okay, they've got filters in them, but the issue is that the power supply filtering stages don't always catch everything, so there's a good chance that supplying this kind of waveform into a device with a cheap switch mode power supply, there's probably going to be a bit of ripple coming out of that, which obviously causes or can cause all sorts of problems in different bits of kit. So there you go, quite interesting. And it's probably based on a clone Chinese UPS design cobbled together with an emphasis on bill of material rationalization. So it says a lot about the overall unit. If this is what they're outputting, it's not difficult to produce a pure sine wave. It just this is obviously just an old design, inverter design, with no BJT synchronization really. So that's how they end up with that terrible sine wave. Aye. And we're on the website, Certa UPS. So here's the C60 800 VA model. The website, it doesn't really have any great claims. So having a quick look at the data sheet, one thing it does say is ideally suited to small and medium-sized offices, telecommunication centres and security facilities. Please see the list below, not exhaustive. CCTV, EPOS, PC workstations. Yeah, you certainly wouldn't put anything remotely mission critical or even remotely critical on this, or even remotely valuable. So yeah, choice is yours. You've seen the traces. You make your decisions.